Time to go, Nick. No! My jaw felt like it was gonna break, spitting out that one word, but I had done it. I'm going to tell you once, Nick. Pick me. Fall into my voice, drown in it. You can do that and you'll never feel anything but contentment. Abandon your regret. Maybe one day I'll even let you out again, just as my master allowed me. He bit into my neck and I felt a wave of warmth pass through me. He's a fucking vampire! Isn't he? Or is he a werewolf? I can't tell. Both of them would bite you. I'm gonna resist. No. If I just push. I took a stumbling step away from Felix. Defiant until the end, I see. Well, you leave me no choice. Come. He grabbed me by the front of my jacket and pulled me outside. I let my feet hang limp, and they smeared a trail of Grayson's blood across the already destroyed cabin. He's a motherfucking werewolf. I fucking knew it. I knew this game had something to do with a werewolf. He stared down at me, his skin shifting into porcelain pale to gray blue of a long dead corpse. The red glow of his eyes ate deep into my mind. Give in, Nick. You're already mine. Don't make me hurt you. I stood there, staring blankly back at him. When he reached out to touch my face, I pulled my head back to avoid him. The muscles in my neck creaked as if they fought to remain in place. You brought this on yourself. Come. Holy nails! Oh my god! Hello everybody, Arctic Eagle here, and welcome back to another episode of Up All Night. Now, it has been a little bit since I played this. I kind of missed playing it, so we're gonna play it today. And in the last episode, we found out that Grayson's dad has had a little accident, and yeah, so right now we're talking to Felix. I know we're supposed to be like checking something out, like checking out the rest of the people up here. I don't really even know. Felix is still giving me like bad vibes, so I'm still kind of nervous about it. But we're gonna jump right back into this and figure out where this game is going. Yeah, we're just gonna figure it out. So I don't remember what he asked. So ask him if he has another. Do you have another one of those? Ah, yes I do. Here. He produced a second cloth from his pocket and handed it to me. It smelled old and dusty, as if it had been kept in the back of a wooden drawer, and never used. Still, it was better than breathing in the unfiltered air. Yeah? Felix stepped inside, and I followed close behind him. Oh my god. What happened in here? Holy. Is that a body? It was hard to tell. It had been so mangled, hunks of flesh were scattered across the floor. I'm glad Grayson isn't here to see this. She's alone now, and there's more than one body. Did I read that wrong? I feel like I read that wrong. I don't know who this is. Nobody was renting this cabin out. Alarmed, he swiftly walked around to take a closer look. Look at the cabin. I don't really want to look at the body. Let's let Felix worry about that. The whole cabin was in ruins. Blood arced up the walls, and there was claw marks gouged into everything. I could see an array of pock marks? Alright. I could see an array of pock marks next to the front door. Something glimmered inside of one of them. I picked at it. Metal? It's pretty mashed up, but not bloody. I'm glad my mom got stuck down the mountain. The only way this could get worse is if she was here. What kind of bear comes into a cabin and rips everything up like this? Well, while I appreciate your interest in the decor, we have more passing things to examine. He gestured toward the corpse. Yeah, Felix, I can't imagine why I wouldn't want to look at that right away. Yeah, right? Like, why would you want to look at a corpse right away? Like, I followed Felix over to the corpse. Let's look at the head. The face had been reduced to ribbons of deep red gouges. The only way I could tell where the eyes used to be was the white ridge of exposed brow bone above the eye socket. The entire lower half of the jaw had been ripped off from the rest of the face. Oh, oh God. That fleshy lump over there might be the rest of the jaw. Not that it matters. Let's look at the hands. The hands were the most intact thing about the body. A shotgun lay next to the corpse. What are the rigid fingers wrapped around the trigger? Her nails are painted, and they look perfect. No chips. That's kind of weird. Shouldn't there be more of a struggle? I would have thought there would be a mess up. That would mess up the polish. Bright yellow nail polish. Well, whoever this was certainly didn't have any taste. look at it. Look at my face. Like, seriously, Felix, that's the first thing you think of when we're looking at this. Like, that's needlessly judgmental. Exactly my thought. I don't know. It probably looked pretty good when there was a whole unbutchered person to go with the hands. I mean, yeah, probably. Well, when there was what? A plaid shirt to go with it? Yeah, because that's the most important thing to look at here. Seriously, Felix, what? Why are you being so judgmental? He looked at me sharply and smiled. I'm doing it again, aren't I? Whoever this was, they were squatting, and now they're also dead in my... Oh wait, this is Felix. I thought that was me. I'm doing it again, aren't I? Whoever this was squatting, and now they're also dead in my very ruined cabin. I know I should be more compassionate, but this place is my life. Look, all I'm saying is there's a gun right there. A person has been ripped apart, and you're going on about nail polish. His face. Well, I don't think the cause of death was a gunshot wound. Do you? He gave a wide sweeping gesture that encompassed the bloody ruin of a corpse. Yeah, okay, I get it. You love your cabs, and one of them is all messed up. Don't change the fact about the gun could be helpful. My face went weird. I heard a squish. I got confused. I reached down to pick up the weapon, and the mostly severed arm came with it. Yeah, that would do it. The final tendons detaching with a snap, a sucking, squelching noise accompanied its rise. The finger that was still wrapped around the trigger. This is like Bree. No, I have to keep it together. There are other people counting on me now. Felix, can you pull that off? I stared at the ceiling, trying not to think about the swinging arm on the trigger. Yeah, I think I would too. I wouldn't want to try to get an arm off of a shotgun. There was a snap, and I looked down. Felix. Yep, exactly what I wanted to say. Felix. Wow. Felix had peeled the finger back, and it was so rigid it had cracked when he pulled it off. He threw the arm back on the floor, and wow. My reading skills are so horrible out loud. I can't read out loud for some reason. I can read in my mind perfectly fine, but I cannot read out loud. You're welcome. Is the weapon of any use? Oh, I don't know. It's a gun. Maybe it could protect us from a crazed murderer, bear, or whatever the hell is going on. So, is it loaded? Good point. I checked. It was double-barreled, and there was a single shell loaded into the chamber. One was fired? Feel any safer? Is he mocking me? Yeah, a little. I mean, I can at least try to kill whatever did this before it finishes me off. Oh, don't worry about that. You have me. Oh, what the heck is that supposed to mean? Is he planning on judging the bear to death? Man, I love Nick. Such a great sarcastic kid. Alright, well, I'll just keep this as a backup plan. Yeah, I would too. I mean, it would be great to have a double barrel. I mean, we only have one bullet, but I guess it's better than nothing, right? All we have right now is Felix, and apparently, you know, he's got good judgmental skills. That's all I know about at the moment. I mean, he could surprise us and have, like, superpowers or something. I looked down at the corpse and could see there was something in the front pocket of the shirt. The fabric had glued itself to the exposed muscles above the ribcage. Averting my gaze, I reached into the pocket. It was sticky with cold blood, but I did find a hard metal cylinder and pulled it out. A second shell. Sweet, now we have 2 bullets. Great. It's even better. Suddenly, I heard a voice call out from somewhere outside the cabin, along with the crunching of footsteps. Nick? You're here, Nick? Wait, is there... This car is... and that's blood. I turned towards the door, holding the shotgun loosely in one hand, my bloody fingers clutching the extra shell in the other. Grayson stood in the doorway, a shadowy outline in the glowing dusk. Oh, Grayson's awake. Hey, Grayson, you're here. There's been another death. It was that bear. She didn't say anything, just stared. Her eyes went from me to Felix, who stood up and straightened out his vest, then down at the mangled, faceless corpse. Yep, there it is. I was waiting for it. The car. No, she shouldn't be nowhere near here. She's in the city. She ain't never come back up since. Let me guess. This is her mom. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say this is her mom. First her dad, now her mom. I'm guessing Grayson's probably gonna be next. This is my mom. How is that correct? Like, God, I feel bad for Grayson right now. First her dad, now her mom? What is going on here? She said it with detached belief, then looked at the shotgun in my hands. That's a gun. I know it. That's hers. Maybe it's not, Grayson. You said your mom was in the city, right? Maybe it's not. Does it got a little rose on the stock? Yeah, it does. She looked like she was about to burst into tears, but then a look of deep rage bubbled up on her face. Yeah, don't get on her bad side. She will mess you up. She will fuck your day up. Look at that rage. And what was you doing, Felix? I saw you around last night why didn't you do nothing? Felix eyed her and sniffed distastefully. I don't think Felix likes her. I should ask you the same thing. I saw nothing on my walk last night, and last I checked, they were your parents. What were you doing outside? Grayson, you were out last night too. Yeah, I was. I went walking. Needed to get out of the house, so I left to cool off. Cool off from what? She looked incredibly sad and stared straight at me, so as not to see the body on the floor. I got into a real yelling match with my daddy. I just wanted to see my mom, you know, in the city, and he was telling me he ain't never gonna let me go because he needed me here. And I told him he should have just dropped dead, and then I could go where I wanted and left. Nick, the last thing I ever told him was that he should die. Wow. Damn. Alright, okay. Well, this is getting, the music, though. Man. He tried to stop me, too. Was telling me I was grounded and couldn't leave. I went to my room and left out of the window before he noticed. Well, I mean, that's how most people get out of their rooms. It's just out the damn window. I've seen it before. I've never done it growing up, but I've heard stories about people doing it. What did you do when you were out? Just walking around, you know? I was real pissed, so I kind of kicked at some snow and rocks, stuff like that. Ran into Felix, and he was being right rotten like he is now, asking about my mom, asking about how my mom is when he knows she left. She started shaking uncontrollably again when she mentioned her mom. She must be trying not to think about what's on the floor behind us. Then I sat down to think on one of the cabin porch and I must have fallen asleep. I get this sleepwalking thing real bad sometimes. Next morning I woke up at home. And you didn't think to question your father's absence? He goes to the town all the time. I figured he must have gone before the storm last night. While his daughter was missing? Maybe he didn't know. I snuck out real good. He couldn't just left thinking he'd let me cool down. I'd need a car to be heading anywhere. Wouldn't have been no big deal to leave. A likely story. Felix, could you stop? I'm gonna like smack that smug Yeah, yeah. Wow. All right. Nick, you believe me, right? I'm gonna say Grayson is telling the truth because I don't like Felix personally, and I like Grayson. She seems nice. Felix just gives me creepy vibes, you know? Like, I really don't like this guy. He's just weird. Grayson, on the other hand, she seems sweet and innocent, and like, you know. I mean, for all I know, it could be her. I don't know, but right now, I'm gonna go with Grayson because, you know, like I said, Felix just gives me very creepy vibes, and I really don't like him. Yes, I believe you. Something weird is going on here, but I think she told me everything she knows. Felix, Grayson just told us what she did last night. What did you do? Those icy blue eyes, I don't like them. Me? I already told you what I did. I think you owe us a little more detail than I walked around and looked at stuff. That was insolent. Grayson must be rubbing off on you. So what did you do last night? Yeah, what the hell have you been up to, Felix? I saw you slinking around. Yeah, I kind of want to know what Felix is up to. I mean, yeah, he owns the area, but, like, why are you just walking around randomly at night? Like, what's the point of walking around at night? You're not going to find anything. Well, I mean, we did. I mean, it's dark out right now, so, I mean, I don't know. Felix could have just been, you know, checking in on people, seeing what's going on. Very well. I went to look around the property, as I do quite often. He stood rigidly, his voice clipped and sour, as if this entire thing was a massive waste of his time. Yeah, look at his face. He's so smug. I don't like it. I first went to visit Mr. Nash to see if there was anything that needed to be attended to. I thought better of it when I heard his hysterical daughter railing on about wanting to murder him because she couldn't go on a trip. That's not what... Do you want to know what I was up to or not? Grayson mumbled something under her breath but didn't continue to argue. Then I decided to check on the patrons staying here. But before I visited any of them, I ran into Grayson again, this time sitting on the front of a vacant cabin pouting. Actually, it was this cabin, come to think of it. What? Grayson was at this cabin last night? Oh, you're right. I guess it was this one, but I must have left before anything happened. There was no car here. Well, I can't speak to anything about what happened after I left, but Miss Nash is correct. There was no car here when I came across her. I continued my rounds, and rather I intended to, but ended up waylaid at my first visit. A gentleman staying down the road by the name of Mr. Booker invited me in to talk, which is when the snowstorm hit. He was complaining about the bears getting into his garbage. I got stuck there for the duration of the storm. Once it cleared up, instead of heading home right away, I decided to make one more stop. There was a new guest here, and I wished to welcome them. That would have been me. That would be you, Nick. Yeah, you did come to see me. Oh, and one more thing. I ran into Mr. Nash while he was out looking for his daughter. Why didn't he say anything earlier? You ran into my daddy? Then it was you. You killed him. Oh, please. If I had, why would I be telling you about... Wow, why can't I read out loud? Okay, Jesus. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, please. If I had, why would I be telling you about this now? No, he was looking for you. I told him where to find you, here at this cabin. He also mentioned something about his wife. I believe he made a call to her about your disappearance before the lights went down. You didn't go with him? Why would I? I want no part in family drama, particularly if it isn't my own. I can't read out loud. Why? Jesus. All right. Don't you find it suspicious both of them go to where Miss Nash was last night and turn up dead this morning? I know I do. Alright. That's only 'cause you're telling lies. Your word ain't nothing, and that's all we've got to go on it right now. We have to take you at your word as well. Why should I believe you that you left here before this massacre happened? He twisted his lips in a grimace and gestured to the corn-strewn floor. Perhaps you did leave before your mother came back. At least at first. Somebody had to hang that body up. Oh no. I don't like this. This is going down a different path. But I know certainly you must have returned. There's a dead woman here to prove it. How'd you know about my daddy hanging? See, Nick, he must have killed him. Uh, I told him. He was helping me while you were... Damn it, Nick. Why don't you go gallivanting off with a snake? He's always been real mean to me. I don't know why I didn't think of it right when I saw my daddy. He killed him. I know it. I just know it. What about the other guests? Mr. Booker, you said? Felix, is there anyone else up here? Felix shrugged and seemed to dismiss the idea. Nobody is as suspicious as Miss Nash. Miss Lee is here with her 3-year-old son, so I find it hard to believe she decided to go on a late-night murder spree. I mean, you never know. Some people make weird decisions almost every day, so could have been. Mr. Booker is younger and staying here alone, but he is not in the best shape, to put it mildly. Honestly, I thought he was dead, a dead man when you first told me you found a corpse. Alright. Finally, there are Mr. and Mrs. Lloyd, a retired couple who drive in from town to go on walks. They became trapped up here because of the storm. I find it a bit ludicrous as just some retirees slaughtered a woman with a shotgun and hung a corpse from a tree, don't you? You thought one of them could have done it earlier tonight. Out of an abundance of caution, Nick. That was also because before we found Mrs. Nash butchered in the cabin her daughter was sitting at in front of earlier in the night. Someone is definitely responsible for this, and there's so many things that don't add up. Yeah, really. I'm accusing Felix, because I don't know. I feel like it could be Felix. It could be Grayson. I'm probably choosing the wrong one to go for right now, but I want to see how many endings we can get in this game. Grayson, wait, didn't I accuse Felix? I thought I hit accuse Felix. Grayson, just a minute, you did this. What? No, I think Felix has something to do with, don't I? Wait, yeah, I chose Felix. What? Why am I going after Grayson? What? No, Nick, I never. My mom was lying dead on the floor, and you're telling me I knew it when I was walking in the woods with you? No, Grayson, I believe you. Or do I? Felix, don't do this. Felix didn't do this. I don't know. He's my friend. What is going on? It's Felix's face. He's got a smile on his face. I don't like that. I don't like that. Is he playing some fucking sorcery on me? You were at this cabin, and you were mad at your parents. You told me yourself. Your dad didn't understand you. You told me that. And then I find out you told him you wanted him dead? Nick, that was just a mad talk, and I'd never kill my daddy. Never. She's dangerous, Nick. Maybe we should just shoot her now. No, I'm not. I clutched the gun in my hands more tightly, but I didn't raise it. What? I don't think we need to do that, Felix. I didn't kill nobody. He did, Nick. And he gonna get you next. I'm gonna help you. She rushed at me and grabbed the shotgun in my hands. No, she's going to try and kill Felix. Nick, she wants to kill me. See? She's a cold-blooded murderer. Shoot her. Dude, what is going on? Grayson rushed over and grabbed at the gun. Nick, you shot. Why? Her blood coated me in a fine mist. She's toppled to the floor, shotgun pellets sizzling in her flesh. Felix wanted this to happen. Grayson, no! I tried to yell, but instead I stood there silently looking down at her dying on the floor. My expression was cold and lax. She stared at me, chest heaving, the rattling of her breath growing more and more shallow until, with one final gasp, she stopped moving. I was worried you wouldn't do it for a moment. Good boy. Listening to instructions. He was playing some fucking sorcery on my mind. My eyes have glazed over. I definitely didn't go into another flashback. He walked his fingers along my shoulder, then wiped away a splatter of blood from my cheek. What Why can't I move? And I shot Grayson. I can feel you thrashing around in there, Nick. You have let go from this. You have to let go from this at last. Okay, so this is the ending that I got. Felix, I decided to trust Felix at the beginning, and he placed a motherfucking sorcery on my mind and led me to do this. Why would I do that? Grayson is... I have to kill this guy. Grayson is dead, Nick. It's only us now. No, he's done something to me. I can't... Yes, now we can finally be alone. The words fell from my mouth with nothing but apathy, even as the pool under Grayson's body spread around the soles of my shoes. Time to go, Nick. No! My jaw felt like it was gonna break, spitting out that one word, but I had done it. I'm going to tell you once, Nick. Pick me. Fall into my voice, drown in it. You can do that and you'll never feel anything but contentment. Abandon your regret. Maybe one day I'll even let you out again, just as my master allowed me. He bit into my neck and I felt a wave of warmth pass through me. He's a fucking vampire! Isn't he? Or is he a werewolf? I can't tell. Both of them would bite you. I'm gonna resist. No. If I just push... I took a stumbling step away from Felix. Defiant until the end, I see. Well, you leave me no choice. Come. He grabbed me by the front of my jacket and pulled me outside. I let my feet hang limp, and they smeared a trail of Grayson's blood across the already destroyed cabin. He's a motherfucking werewolf. I fucking knew it. I knew this game had something to do with a werewolf. He stared down at me, his skin shifting into from porcelain pale to gray blue of a long dead corpse. The red glow of his eyes ate deep into my mind. Give in, Nick. You're already mine. Don't make me hurt you. I stood there, staring blankly back at him. When he reached out to touch my face, I pulled my head back to avoid him. The muscles in my neck creaked as if they fought to remain in place. You brought this on yourself. Come. Holy nails! Oh my god! I've never seen a werewolf with those long nails. They kind of look like a freaking... I don't know. Holy shit. I'm scared now. I don't want those touching me. I followed him, falling into the snow and tripping over my own feet as I tried to resist the need to stay by his side. Where are we? No. My cabin. No. Can I come in, Nick? No. Yes. Felix walked me back into the cabin where he sat me down on the couch. He bit into my neck on the opposite side and drank more blood. I felt myself leaning into him, eyes half linen, my breathing shallow. No, I can't stop him. I have to try to fight. I jerked away and woodenly fell to the floor. Ow. I can hardly move unless he wants me to. Sit back up. There's about to be a show just for you, unless you want to give in now. I will save all of us some needless suffering and unpleasantness. I sat rigidly on the floor, willing my joints to stay frozen. He sniffed indignantly and yanked me up, propping me crookedly on the side of the couch. I heard the sound of tires in the snow. Mom! Mom! No! One more chance, Nick. Either way, I'll bring you to heel. How? How can I give him what he wants? I need to save her. Felix stood and watched over the front door. He casually leaned up against the door frame and shook his head regretfully. Seems like you need better reason to give up, Nick. Let me give you one. Tell me, what happened at the accident with the arm? The door opened. I'm back! The snowstorm really... Ah! Felix grabbed my mom's right arm in a vice-like grip, and she cried out, struggling to break free. Nick, what's happening? Tell me, Nick, what happened to the arm? Don't tell him. If I tell him... When I tried to pull Bree over, it came off. Oh, that's too bad. Like this? Okay. Yep. This game just. Yep. Okay. Well, that happened. There was a ripping and popping sound, and Felix lazily detached my mom's arm from her body. She was screaming and would have fallen to the floor if Felix hadn't grabbed the back of her jacket and propped her up. Show me how you held it. What? He threw her arm over and I caught it, cradling it into my arms, pressing my face against his bloody stump. It was warm and I could feel the muscles and nerves still twitching under his skin, confused at their sudden disconnection from their owner. Tears started streaming down my cheeks, but I couldn't speak except an answer to Felix's questions. I tried to look anywhere but my mother, but my head wouldn't move. This can't be real. I have to get away. I have to. And Tyler, where was he hurt, Nick? No, don't do that. I reached up and pointed to my head. My mother had started whimpering. Her eyes were blank with shock at the loss of her arm. Like this? He grabbed her head and smashed it into the corner of the brick fireplace, sending her crumpling to the ground, twitching. The side of her skull was folded in on itself, a deep crease pooling with blood at the point of impact. Show me what you did then, Nick. Your mercy kill. I stood up and took my jacket off. I walked over and crumpled, gasping form. A line of drool slid from her lips. I can't do this. I need to run. I can't do this again. You can always run, Nick, don't you see? I've given you a way out. You don't need to feel this way. In the back of my mind, I found a numbness radiating out of the source of Felix's influence. If I could just go there. If I could just stay there. I wrapped my jacket around her head and pressed down. She stopped moving, but I no longer cared. It's safe here. I can't feel them anymore. I don't have to do anything about... That's good, Nick. That's good. Come with me and you'll stay safe. But if you leave... For a flash, everything weighed down on me at once, and I screamed. Tyler, Bree, Grayson, my mom. I felt them all dying at my hands all at once. The misshapen lump on my mother's head twitched one last time. No, let me go. Let me go back. I need to go back. You didn't say the magic word. Please, I'll do anything. Just let me go back. I can't do this. I tried to shove myself into a dark space I had been in only moments before, but it was gone. Felix spread his arms out wide. Come here, come to me, and I'll let you go back there. Shaking and dizzy, I stumbled towards him. I clutched desperately at his vest, and he set his bloody hand down gently on top of my head, stroking my hair. Look at me. I looked up and gazed deep into his glowing eyes. I felt that cavern of numbness open back up inside of me. See? Look, it's right here. I whimpered and curled back into the freeing apathy that Felix offered. I'll do anything. But the thought had disappeared. There was no more need to wonder about anything at all. Felix would do that for me. All I had to do was listen. I got the bad ending. Yeah, I figured. Oh, man. Alright, well. That's just one ending of the game. There's still some more. But I'm going to end this episode of Up All Night here. In the next episode, we will try to figure out the next ending. Hopefully get a good ending, you know. We got the bad ending right off the bat. I figured I was going down that route. Like, I trusted Felix. Like, I shouldn't have. He gave very creepy vibes at the beginning. I knew I shouldn't have trusted him. But I ended up trusting him in the long run. Till towards the end when I started to trust Grayson. But at that point, it was already too late. So, I felt bad for Grayson, you know. But I've already seen what happens. We've already seen what happens. So we can easily get the good ending. Yeah, but I'm going to end it here. If you guys enjoyed, then like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to get notified every time a new video goes up on the channel. And also, don't forget to check out the videos in the outro. That's all to say. So I will see you guys in the next video.